welcome back to the Bad Bitches podcast.
Episode 2. Very exciting stuff today.
Sí.
And today is actually going to be the very first to a new series. It's going to be called, do you want to say it? Drum roll.
Sex in the Suburbs.
Love that for us.
Yes.
And it's going to be basically about, dating stories, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're both in our 20s. We're both mingling, pringling, doing the whole thing,
Dating in your 20s that's a whole story on its own.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And we are in the beautiful DFW. So just share those little fun stories about what's going on here in the Big D.
We want this to be like an ongoing series. So eventually we need you guys to send us the good, the bad, the ugly, the date stories.
Yes.
We want to hear all the tea.
We want to make this a community for all of us to talk about what it's like dating.
Right, because there's a lot going on.
A lot
chaotic.
of stories. Some we can laugh at. I know there's a lot to laugh at, but also we can learn through other people and their journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we could just, so yes, we're going to be here for funsies, but I think too there's going to be good things if we, all can come together and share our experiences as a collective.
Right, and unfortunately, not everyone you meet is safe. So two,
yes,
we can maybe take some lessons from other people's stories and know,
red flags,
things not to do, red flags.
I love
exactly.
that. I love it. Okay. So hello, our beautiful listeners. We are just so happy to have you here as
we are so happy.
Continue to go on.
So I think before we get into the meat and potatoes, so to speak, we should just do a little check-in.
Okay.
What's new with you, Prissy Poo? What's going on?
Just working. So right now, as we were recording, it's 4:20 and it is the first day of Taurus season. Well, technically yesterday, but yeah, we're in Taurus season now. So I am literally ramping up to celebrate my birthday because if you know me, this is a month-long affair that we're about to embark.
It's a birth time. It's the whole...
It's the general vicinity of the area.
Mm-hmm,
yes.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. And my best friend's birthday is in April. So I was doing all those festivities with her and then I'm ramping up for mine. And then yours is right around the corner. So it's a season, but I love it. And it's my favorite season. So I'm happy to be here in my season, celebrating my birthday pretty soon. So I just been doing a lot of that, making plans for dinner, looking for outfits. So,
and we're going all pink. That's your thing.
It's my thing. It is my thing.
That means I'm going to have to purchase something pink.
Yes, everybody does. And again, I've been doing all pink birthdays. It's just been my whole 20s. I'm turning 29. So this is wrapping up.
When you turn 30, you're going to switch to a new color.
Switch colors. I have to now.
Black.
No.
Okay, damn.
No, it's not a color. Black is the absence of color.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe, yes. But
you're really being a hater right now.
You can do that for your birthday.
I don't even know what I'm doing for my birthday. I have literally no clue.
But I've always done pink birthdays. And so, yeah, this is wrapping up a season. And it's so funny because I always let people know ahead of time when it is and when we're celebrating. Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, it's a thing. And I give everybody enough time to pick their outfits. But I love it. And it honestly brings me so much joy.
But you just you're I want you to know it's a vibe.
It's a vibe, yeah.
This is what we're doing. It's a whole plan.
Mm-hmm. And the restaurant we're going to, so I scour, and that's another thing I was doing recently, scouring the internet for a nice vibe. Because I know there's places to go in Dallas, but I want to try something new. I want a new vibe. I want an experience.
Something good for the gram.
Something, I hated to say it. Yeah, something good for the gram.
You know, that's totally what you
think. Give the people what they want. So the XO dining room is an all pink, super, super cute.
Yeah. I haven't been. It's so popular now though.
No, it is super popular. And I have heard mixed reviews on the food. And at the end of the day, I am a foodie. So I'm I didn't want the vibe not to be with food. But I heard from other people it was good. And I did see they have changed the menu.
Mm-hmm. I love when places change the menu. Unless they take off stuff that we like.
Yes. But they did have really good dishes. So I think we're going to try that. So
okay,
I booked it. So I think with us all wearing pink, I'm just going so
okay,
excited.
I'm going to go shopping for the pink.
Yes. But I think honestly, that's really it with me.
That's
As far
good.
as, you know,
You're having a good time.
Yeah, I just been working, celebrating life and doing podcasts. So I love it.
Yes, it's been
a vibe.
Busy and exciting.
Yes. Exhausting, but I'm in there.
What have I been up to?
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Oh my goodness. I just got back from Miami. I did a lot of wooing, which is why I have practically no voice. I lost a toenail.
She did.
Earlier today. That was upsetting.
It's going to be a memorable moment. No, she messaged me. I woke up. I woke up to my phone dinging. And the only person who hits me up that early is my wife.
And it's because I'm still up.
Yeah, because because we literally like swap time. So as I'm getting started, she's winding down. And so I know it was her. And I look at it and she's like, bitch, my toenail is like
tragic.
She goes, it's just nub. And I'm like, okay, does it hurt? Like, you know, I'm like checking in, like, okay, all right.
Like, are you good?
And like, I go to her house and she was like, boo, it came all the way off. Cause it was like hanging in there. I was like, okay, no, we're good. Like we're good. No, it came all the way off.
No. Yeah. It was wildly upsetting. And it might've been just from doing anything. Oh my gosh. We were dancing and clubbing and swimming and kayaking and doing all sorts of
like a lot
activities. And then I also,
sounds like
we were just being wild as hell. So it could have been from anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
But now I got a nice Miami tan. I'm like a little crispy chicken nugget with 9 toenails. So.
Love it. I'm going to order me the 9-piece.
Ooh, thanks, little boo.
Yes, boo. I support.
You can have my 9-piece anytime. That was a lot. Back it up. Back it up. Okay, so yeah, I think that's really it with me, though. I think we could go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
Today for our first episode of Sex in the Suburbs. I think we're going to exchange dating stories and we're going to talk a little bit about dating. Mm-hmm. And then we also have some really funny moments from Hinge that we want to talk about too. So, Prissy, you date a lot more than I date.
Okay, I don't like how that sounds, but yeah.
No, I'm not trying to.
No, I get how it sounds.
I just mean like objectively.
No, I do.
Like but I go on like one date every like 3 months.
And you
probably go on like at least one date a week.
I'm actively dating, yeah.
Would you say you go on like a date a week at least?
Yeah. Wow.
See, like.
Really outdoing myself.
I'm tired. I don't want to do that. I can't. You're just so much more patient than me. For a Taurus, you're like out of your house a lot.
That's honestly it's hard. Yes.
My Venus is in Taurus and maybe that's why I just love my home. I'm like, come love me at my house, but I don't know you. And so no one come to my house.
No, my Gemini and Sag definitely rules my chart for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. You can see it. It's a lot.
I do the most.
At all times. And then when you do the most, you're like, okay, I hate it here. Gotta go. Like, just immediately, you're literally. Like, never mind.
Cute. Yeah, no. Love it.
You get somewhere and like, I can literally see it in your face too. Anytime we're anywhere for more than like, an hour and a half, you get this look in your eyes, like you glaze over and I'm like, oh, she's like T-minus 20 minutes still tapping the fuck out. I can just see it in her little tiny little face.
A sleepy little girl.
You just need a dark shower and a little nap.
That's all I need. And I need a shower. I probably should have showered at your house.
That would have did you some good. She came right over here to my house from work. And then
that's how we're dedicated.
We are. I
love it.
We are. We talked about, we're getting off track. Let's keep going. So what I'm saying is you date a lot more than me. So therefore you do have a lot more stories than me.
Yeah.
But you had one that you wanted to tell today that really stood out to you.
Yes. I just think it's just so awful of a date. I will say it was probably one of the worst dates I've ever been on.
And
I have been pretty good, which is why it's crazy because I've been just really like in tune with who I am and my highest self and following better feeling thoughts and the path of least resistance. Like I have really been on a good trail and I've been putting myself in a lot better situations. So
I agree.
For this to happen, I was literally like beside myself. I was like, it was a
you were very upset.
1-star ghetto experience.
Yeah, no, I remember when you went on the date and you were telling me about it. And this was, I think I received like 20 minutes worth of audio message
Oh my God.
content
Yes.
about this guy. So
Yes.
we just wanted to fill y'all in because
You get some good laughs for sure.
it's funny. It's laughable.
So, okay, let's be honest. We're online dating. We're meeting people on Hinge.
Yes.
We're meeting people on Instagram.
I mean, whatever else are we supposed to do?
I don't go out. I mean, I do, but I don't. But anyways, anywho. So
you only go out when you already have someone you're like going to meet.
it's a vicious cycle.
Wow, the chicken or the egg? Boo, which one?
Hilarious. So I think he actually DM'd me, and he lived in Houston. I like looked at his page. He seemed very cute, put together. I'm like, okay, like he seems like he's my type. Like, okay, like he hit me up. He's like, do you want to do dinner? I'm in town tonight. And then I knew he was in Houston, which was cool because I'm not looking to like super date. Like,
right. If you're busy, like I don't need
it's just
to have
nice,
someone
like
there
to
all the
meet
time.
someone cool, go to a nice dinner. I was gonna probably I take myself out to eat a lot, something that I do a lot. So I was like, if I get to enjoy company, whatever. So we talk throughout the day. He's being real sweet or whatever. So he's letting me know what time he gets in. I'm letting him know what time I get off work. So he tells me what time we're going to meet up and where we're going to meet. And I was like, okay, cool. I have enough time to go home and shower. But it was still kind of earlier in the evening. Right. So I didn't eat dinner.
But
so
it's like you kind of like that too. Like at first it seemed promising, like the initiative of, you know, I'm an out of towner, but I still looked up this place and we're still going to go here. And like, this is where and this is when. That's like, I don't like to have to choose shit. Like figure out where we're going.
He pulled up in town. He even like, cause he was staying downtown. And so I was, I live 40 minutes from downtown. So, well, not 40. That's dramatic.
I was gonna say, you are being so dramatic.
25.
You live like 30.
It's 25, 30. Yeah. 25 on a good day. And I was being dramatic. I'm very dramatic.
Never knew that.
But he was like, well, I'll just like meet you in Addison, which is like a good halfway mark. So we're both only driving like 15 minutes. So he finds a place and I didn't eat. So I haven't eaten since lunch, like at work, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to go meet him.
What time was it? Like how many hours after you got off work was this?
So I get off at 5 and he said, we're going to meet at 8:30. And I always work backwards. So I'm like, okay, I got to be there at 8:30. So I got to leave my house at 8:15. Like, or like, but I'm going to take pictures because I'm going to be cute as thick. And so I got it. That's 8,
You
so
do schedule and picture time.
Yeah, I schedule shower, and I know that sometimes I bullshit and I do my makeup. So I literally get home, I start showering. I'm, I'm not actively like rushing, but I'm getting ready.
Yeah, like just slowly and surely.
So I call him and I'm like, hey, are we still good for the time? And I call him about 30 minutes before I was going to leave. And he was in the car. He was like, yeah, like I'm about to go run an errand, but we're still on track. Cool.
Okay.
So 8:15 comes around, so I leave my house. I'm like, it's 15 minutes. I had to be there. I'm right on time. I'm killing the game. Yeah.
Perfect. Everything you could ask for.
And I text him when I was leaving too. Hey, I'm heading out.
As one does.
Be there in 15 minutes.
Time.
Yeah. So I get up to the restaurant. He's like, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. And when I FaceTimed him, he was in his car. So I'm thinking he's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
already on the way there.
Yeah, he's already on the way there.
Like he's about to meet you there.
And he told me he's like on the way. So I was like, okay. So I am in my car. He's like, be there in 5 minutes. Hannah, I was in my car and I'm taking pictures and I'm just bullshitting anyways. But literally 20 minutes goes by.
After the time when you got there on time?
Yes.
And see, I would have honestly left after probably like 15.
So, okay, this is the worst part. I call him.
Because he kept saying he was like about to be there. I
call him 15 minutes into it. And I was like, where are you at? He's like, I'm coming. Like I'm coming. Like I'm 5 minutes away. I'm like,
you
I'm
said
like
that
right
last
here.
time. You said that 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're 3 times a liar right now.
I was really upset. I was really upset, but I'm like, I don't know why I had so much patience. I was like, okay, like.
You're already there. You're already out.
There.
You're already
I'm
dressed.
Yeah.
Makeup, hungry.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand what was happening. So by the time he pulls up, it's not even, and then it's another like 10 minutes. So he's really, so
at this point, he's like 35 minutes late.
Yes.
So it's like almost 9 at this point.
Yeah. So we walk in and that's the funniest part. We walk in and I'm starving. I'm upset. I literally copped an attitude with him on the phone too. Like I was like, bro, like what the hell? Like,
didn't he tell you that shit about wait in the car too?
Yeah. That's another thing.
Yeah. I was like, you got to mention that part.
Oh
that
yeah.
shit.
So when I get there, I go out to eat by myself. Like I go out to eat by myself all the time. I date myself actively date myself. And so,
Right.
I was
it's
like, hey,
not a
like, do you want me
problem.
to just like go in? I can get me a drink. Like, I can wait for you.
Meet
Like,
you
no
at the
big deal.
bar.
He's like, no, we can walk in together.
Or no, he told you it'd be cute
It would
if
be
you
cute.
waited
Yeah.
on him.
He's like, it'd be
Ew.
cute if we walk in together. And
I guess.
I should have left. Looking back on the situation, I'm like, bitch, you are a whole cornball for that. But
Literally. And so he had you, I think it's like he knew he was going to be late as fuck. So he had you sit in his car, or in your car rather.
yeah, that's the thing. I was like, you knew. Like, I could have been in hindsight. So it's literally like 8:50 something. We walk in and we're about to sit at the bar. And the bartender goes, we close at 9, right?
No. So
and
that's already not that much time though. But why would he like schedule?
I look at him. I said, did you not look to see what time they close? He was like, no.
Why would you not look?
Why?
Why would you not look?
So I'm up the fuck set about the whole scenario in the car that you made me wait. You lied to me, actively lied to me. I checked in multiple times throughout the process to ensure that this doesn't happen. So I feel very like, one thing about don't disrespect me or play with my time. Because
you literally, like you said, actively lied to you multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't even have the like courtesy to like, I don't know, if you're late, just like say that. You know what I mean? Be straight up, because it's not like you're just going to get away. Like, I'm not going to notice that you're 5 minutes and then you're still 5 minutes. Where are you sitting still then?
And
like,
you're trying to make a first impression. Like, and you be on time or just be honest. Like, we don't know each other. There's no reason for you to lie to me.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Easily been like, hey, I got to do this or whatever I still to this day doesn't know what he was doing, but like, be honest. And
it sounds weird and sketchy.
It's so awkward. So weird.
So what happened?
So I'm pissed. Like, I storm out of the restaurant and he kind of comes behind me and he was like, oh, well, and he's not from here. So he doesn't know anything. So I'm like, okay, right across the street is like the plaza and there's a bunch of restaurants. I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, and I'm starving. So part of me wants to go home, but other part of me is like, I am so hungry.
You're like, I have to get food. I'm already here.
Yeah.
I'm getting food.
Yeah. Like, I need substance right now. So I was like, let's just go to the Stir.
Because that's so late for you.
Yeah.
To be eating.
And I know that Stir is open. So I know like they stay open. Mm-hmm. So we go to Stir and we're sitting there and he looks at the menu and he's like, so what's your favorite thing? And I'm like, well, they don't have my favorite item anymore. Remember they got rid of
they did.
pasta.
They got rid of it. It was very disrespectful.
So they got rid of my favorite. So I was still kind of like trying other things out. And I'm like, well, I really don't have another favorite because that's really all that I ordered. I was like, but I got this and this was good. And I kind of like made some suggestions and I'm looking at the menu. And we're having like back and forth conversations. We order our drinks and I don't remember exactly what happened, but like he kept asking me like, what are you getting? What are you getting? What are you getting? And I'm like, you're a grown fucking man. Like,
you think he was like wondering because if he paid for it and he wanted to know how much what you were getting was, or do you think that he wanted to get what you were getting? Because
I think he wanted to get what I was getting. Like, but it was just very weird. Like, it was just so awkward. So I'm just annoyed on so many levels, and I'm trying I'm just really trying to be calm. And I don't know why I stayed there for so long. And part of me was like, I don't. It's never happened to me. Like, I'm having such an awful time. Like,
I think you were literally so deliriously hungry.
Yeah.
That after all of that, you were like, bro, honestly, I just need food.
I just need food. That's where I was. So I'm so annoyed. And so the bartender comes and drops off our drinks. And our conversation's not going well. Like, everything he's saying is irritating me.
Like, is he just boring objectively? Or like, do you think that you were just really irritated already?
He was just, his conversation was just not pleasant. Like, it just wasn't a good experience, like having a good back and forth conversation with him.
I see.
And I'm trying to focus too and get my order down. And so I know what I'm ordering. We ordered our drinks already. Like, I'm really annoyed with him. So the bartender drops off our drinks and she was like, hey, are you guys ready to order? And I'm like, yeah. And he looks at me, he goes, you never told me what you were getting. And I'm like, you knew. And I expressed to him multiple times how hungry I was. I'm like, you knew I was starving. You didn't look to see what you got. Like, why are we? And I was like, what? I said, you didn't look at the menu. You're a grown man.
I was just about to ask, is he like looking at the menu at this point? Or is he just like,
you're a grown ass man? And so this is my biggest pet peeve that I don't know why this bothers me so much, but it really gets my gears going, is when people mimic me, what I say. And
Like mockingly? Like when they mock
mockingly.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Did he mocked you?
He mocked me.
Wait. Roll that. Wait. Go ahead. Wait.
Yeah. So we're sitting there and I was like, are you not looking at the menu? Like, you're a grown man. Like, why? And he was like, are you not looking? Like, he did that shit with me.
He said, are you not looking at the menu? You're a grown man. I would have left, dog.
I stood up. Like, that was my, like, I always like to know, like, when I call it, I call it. Like, that is one good thing about me. When I call it, I have a lot of patience, but when I call it, I call it. I called it. I grabbed my mask. I grabbed my clutch. And the bartender is standing in front of us the whole time this is happening.
Just like waiting to see what you want. And you're just like, all right, I'm going to fucking leave. This is terrible.
It was so awkward. I stood up, grabbed my mask. I had my mask on the bar, my little clutch, boop, boop, and I stormed out. And it's very hard to storm out of stir because it's so slippery.
Yeah, you can't walk that aggressively when you're wearing the heels.
No, you cannot walk aggressely. So I am
You gotta politely storm out.
Yes, trying to keep my
with the
cool
big ass wooden doors and shit.
Falling would be like horrible.
Oh my God, can you imagine if you fell?
I manifested front row parking as I always do. So my car was right outside.
Lovely, delightful, spectacular.
I get in my car and he comes running out of the restaurant. And I panic instantly because now it's 9-something. We're in a parking lot. I mean, even though it's like a well-lit area, it's just, no. You're charging to my car.
Yeah.
I get in my car, I lock my doors, and I'm backing up, and he's like at my window, like, what's going on? What's going on?
What do you mean what's going on, bro? You just mocked me? I don't know. I'm not about it.
Not about it. And
he already did so much other shit at that point.
And I drove off. As I was driving off, I blocked him on Instagram. And then he tried to FaceTime me on the way home. I ignored it and blocked his number. That was the worst date that's the only date I've ever like got up and walked out.
Honestly, I'm not like trying to say it's your fault because he obviously did not have his shit together.
Yeah.
But I think on a personal level, if that were to have been me, and honestly, like if you say, oh, I'm 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes later, I would have gone in and just ordered myself food. And then if you show up, like, sure, I guess.
No, like I said, looking back, I should have called it a lot sooner than I did. But like,
you shouldn't even gone to the second restaurant, low key. Because
no, I shouldn't have, and that's where
if they're gonna disrespect your time, if they're gonna con you out of 30 minutes of your time, that's how I see that. Because time is like a non-renewable resource. You know what I mean?
At the time, I literally was just so like bamboozled. Like,
you were so deliriously hungry, boo.
I was just looking and like, you know, sometimes as like things happen and you're like, is this really happening right now? Like, I was just so adamant because like I said, I don't get myself in a lot of these situations. I don't. Like, I genuinely, I feel like I make smart decisions, and this was not a smart decision.
No, you were a little bit too forgiving on that one.
Yeah. I you know what's so crazy is I wish I would have listened to my intuition a little bit more, because as I was driving there,
like to the second place.
No, as I was driving there like to start, like before the first place, I wanted to go home.
Really? Mm-hmm. You were like, maybe I should just leave and get some food on the way home or something.
Yeah. I just wanted to go. I didn't like even before.
Gotta listen to yourself.
And as he was late, I was sitting in my car and I'm like, I should just drive off. And I should have. And I'm like, I need to listen to myself.
Hell
more.
Yeah, you should.
So if anything, like I learned a huge lesson. Like just listen to your intuition.
You always know best.
Yeah, always know best.
You are always gonna have your own back, and you need to be listening to that inside voice, because
I'm
it's
just
always
trying to find a battle, because I'm either like all at home, like on some lazy shit, or I'm like out in these streets. Like I need to find more of like a mix, because I feel like I'm either all or nothing.
I feel like you go through periods of time where you're out like every day, and like you'll just be doing something like, oh, you're going to hang out with this friend, and then maybe you have a date, and then maybe you have this planned, and then whatever.
Yeah.
And then you do like XYZ with your son all weekend. And then you go from that to like severe, like hermit recluse times.
Yeah.
So maybe, you do need to find a little bit of a balance.
Yeah. But, and honestly, since then though, too, I haven't been going out on dates like that. I think there was a period in time because I was so busy in nursing school. And so like, I think once nursing school was done, I had time to date. I have not had time. Like, I haven't had the time to date in 3 years.
Right. And I do
I've been
remember
single
when you
for 3 years. I haven't been dating for 3 years.
I remember too when you like first moved back to this area. You like even right when you moved in, like you got moved in and then immediately you're like, let's go do this, let's go do that. And like this, da, like I'm in this good area.
Yeah.
And you were just on go. And then now you're like burning out a little bit.
Yeah.
But not so much. You still do a lot of things and function and you're going to the gym and you're going to work and you're
I'm
still
not
doing
dating
the
as
most
much lately.
You've been more selective. Before you went on a lot of first dates and now you're having more like thirds and fourths and stuff like that.
That's true.
Which is, you know, good. That's exciting.
It's exciting.
But that is a terrible...
Because you know me, I'm not like a ball. Like I am, but I'm not.
You weren't like a walker outer before.
No.
But now you're really like, I'm not going to tolerate your fucking bullshit because I'm honestly busy and I don't have time and I have a lot of things going for me and in my favor. And honestly, if you're going to be in my life, that it needs to be like really worth it. Like, that's why I don't, like you said, you know, your circle is small and you don't have a lot of new friends. We were just talking about that before we started filming.
Yeah.
That you got like one new friend every like 5 years.
Yes.
And it's like, that's okay because that means, you know, you're choosing quality individuals.
Yeah.
As opposed to just having people around just to have people around. Because I'm not some filler, you know?
And that's been part of my dating journey is, and I was married in my early 20s. And then I had a very long and chaotic and damn near toxic, like 7-year relationship on and off. And that didn't really end the best. So I just, you know, in between then I've just been just trying to become my best self. And it's been weird how that can sometimes mesh with people as you're dating because you have to, and it sounds super cheesy, but in your 20s, like you're genuinely just, you're figuring it the fuck out. None of us knows what the fuck we're doing.
And like, even for myself, I can tell a huge difference in the way that I think about things like that from like, I mean, even a year ago, you know, my mentality on it is like totally different.
Yeah.
But I don't have as many like dating stories, to be honest, because I really don't go on that many dates.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Why is that?
You know, I am not going to say I don't have time for it because I don't like to speak negatively about time. But to me, like, I feel like every day is like a pretty good day for me. Even if I have a bad moment, I still feel like objectively I like have a good day. And, you know, I just do my own thing all day. And then, you know, I work nights. And so I work at night and that goes well. Sometimes it goes bad, whatever. And I just have my whole complete life. And it's just all like, I'm not going to say like it's all alone or anything like that, but I feel so like chilling that like to me, getting to like going on a date and like doing, it literally sounds like such a chore. It sounds worse than doing the dishes.
Wow.
It sounds worse to me than going to Kroger does to you. This bitch hates grocery shopping. She will stop at nothing to avoid
instantly.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, just kidding.
Tom Thumb, Whole Foods. That's like her nightmares. She'll cry. But like, that's how I feel about going on a date. Cause it's like, I have to go and like talk to these people that I don't know. And like, you know?
Yeah.
It just sounds like a drag. And then also, so someone would just have to be really cool and worth it and promising seeming for me to want to do that. But
the question is, where do you find that person if you're not actively dating? Like, and because that's the thing I struggle with. I want it to happen so organically, but I also genuinely like, I'm like, where would I have a chance to meet this person?
That's what I think too, because aside from work, you know, I'll go out to eat. A lot of the times I'm the same as you. Like I'll go out and just take myself to lunch or dinner before I go to work. And I just kind of run my little daytime errands. I go to the Kroger. I go to Kroger a lot.
Like you do go, oh my God, you always,
I'm at Kroger like twice a week. It's my thing. I don't know how that happens, but
I love that for you.
I just have my whole little life and I don't meet anyone in that little bubble. And I don't know when I'm supposed to meet somebody because I don't want to meet people at my job. I don't like that.
Do you want to be in a relationship right now?
No, I would not.
Would you block out a relationship if it was presented to you?
See, like, I did have a moment, like, I don't know, maybe like a month or two ago where I was like in my feelings for like a week because I was like, I'm fucking tired of being alone. This is boring. I'm bored now. And then I realized that, like, why would I want to just be with someone just to be with someone? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I want to be in a relationship? No. Would I block it out? I don't know.
When do you feel like you would be ready for that? Like, do you think that there's going to become like a day where you kind of like have an epiphany and you're like, okay, like I'm ready now? Or
right. Like, I think I want to date somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cause I thought I felt that way for a second, like 2 months ago, but then I thought about it and I was like, ew, that actually sounds not that fun anymore. But it would be nice to like, be like goofy with someone and all that. And I feel like I have people in my life that are like
hitting
kind of like that, hitting like I have a lot of really fulfilling friendships with a lot of people. And I don't know. I feel very checked for by my group of friends.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I'm missing that like relationship aspect because I'm really just chilling.
I think we need to embrace a lot more of our platonic relationships in our life. I think we get very fixated on those very deeply intimate ones. And I think if we really focus, like you said, because if you have good platonic relationships,
they can be deeply intimate and still platonic.
Do what?
I said, I think relationships can still be deeply intimate and platonic. Like we share a lot of things and we're vulnerable as fuck with each other.
Yeah.
And
no, and that is intimacy. Intimacy is not just sex, but
absolutely.
I'm saying we kind of fantasize that aspect more than the other aspect.
We place a lot of importance on it. And that's why we're celibate. That's what we've decided. We're not celibate because like we'll either have a pass or sometimes we fuck it. I'm not here to name names on who may or may not have done that. Priscilla May.
Ooh, middle name.
Hi. Ooh, hi. It's getting very personal. But we're not celibate. We're celibish.
Yeah, I think we want to have a whole episode where we kind of talk about that and like our decision
definitely.
to do it and what I've learned because that was a journey. My celibish, I'm still on my celibish journey.
You're still celibish. Yeah. But I think that my perspective since I've become celibish has definitely changed a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It was almost like, I think it was almost like one of those epiphany moments that we talk about. Like one of those moments where you're like, oh, wow, yes, makes sense.
Right. And I think I had kind of veering back a little bit. To like dating and shit like that. I don't really date that much, but I did go on one date from someone on Hinge.
She did. And it was, okay, so when we were first planning out our podcast, when we planned out Sex in the Suburbs, we kind of talked about, like that was part of our thing. We're like, Hannah, you don't really date. And we had a whole 2-hour teary conversation.
We did. It was intense.
Yeah.
I got therapized.
She did. So part of that was, I also wanted to see if she was just kind of staying in her comfort zone or
probably yes.
Yeah. And I think some of it is that because some of it is just.
It is nice here. There's decorative pillows.
There is decorative pillows.
And hookah. Like I'm having a good time in my comfort zone.
But sometimes we do. And, we can get in our comfort zone and then we kind of put up a defense mechanism just to stay comfy. And I kind of wanted to not obviously like make her super uncomfortable.
No, but just push the boundaries a little bit.
And see. I just like, hey, I just want you to try it and see. And so I gave her homework. I literally gave her homework. And I'm
literally.
I want you to go out on a date with one person.
And I did.
She did.
I got on Hinge. I was a very diligent student. I spoke to multiple men's.
She did.
And
she would send updates, which I loved.
So I did end up going on a Hinge date. And like, okay, so sometimes at my job, I get off like I get off super late in the night and that's what I call it. But really it's like early in the morning. So we were supposed to have gone out Sunday morning, but then Saturday morning I was like still up and it was like kind of early. We had been already texting. He seemed funny enough. I think he was like 2 years older than me, which I should have already known was like the problem because I don't know. What am I supposed to have in common with like a little 24-year-old boy?
Spoken from the 22-year-old.
Not to be rude, but just like I don't relate, you know?
Yeah.
And you're tiring. And it's like, I feel like I would be raising. I don't know. Not okay. I'm being rude. Anyways, continuing. That's not the point. So we meet them at actually the same little area that Larry's. If you caught our last episode, you know, we used to work at Larry's.
We're there a lot. We talk so much. Oh my God.
Well, it's like a cute little area in general. I go to the area.
That's our favorite neck of the woods.
But so, yes, we met at the same area where Larry's is at. And it was all right. He just acted really young. Like, we go and it's like basically this big food and like bar hall. So it's like 3 stories. And it has like multiple bars and multiple little restaurants and then like a bunch of different places to like sit and eat and chat and do whatever. Super cute, right? Mm-hmm. So we get there. It's like chill. We're walking around. We find a place we agree on to eat. We get food and then immediately he's like, I didn't tip them because they're not really doing anything anyway.
Oh, wow.
And like I used to be in the service industry for like a while.
You respect your service industry. Yeah.
So like and then immediately after that, they were like, did you want this sauce on it or on the side? And then I was like, it seems like they're working for it. And then I bought the drinks because it's like basically like the restaurants are separate and then the bars are separate. So we went, got drinks. I paid for them. We were talking as we were eating. And I don't know. He was just really young. Like, you know what I mean? He just was very immature. Mm-hmm. And like you could tell he had a very like lack mindset. And he literally bragged to me about like beating up a bum. He said, yeah, you know, this bum was like trying to get into my car. And so I like snuck up on him and I started chasing him down the street. And he was like this homeless guy. And then I just beat the shit out of him on the side of the street and left him there. I don't know what happened to him. Like, this is the first date. Like, I'm like,
sir,
I'm like eating. And he's just like telling me this. And I'm like, all right. What do
you say to that?
Like, I think I said, gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know. It was awkward. It was super awkward, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so we eat. I was already not feeling this guy. But basically, you know, you want to make it easy out. Like, we didn't eat for that long. I didn't want it to be like, you know, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Some people act crazy if you try and leave or like do stuff like that guy going up to your car. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I don't want that to occur.
Very scary.
I need to like skirt out of there in a more like subtle way. Mm-hmm. So we like walk and we like walk down to the end and then we walk like back up through the little area. It's like a little strip. And then as we like approach this Starbucks, I was like, hey, you know, I haven't slept yet. So I'm probably going to get some Starbucks and then head out. But it was nice to meet you. You can come get Starbucks if you want some, or if you want to leave.
Like, no big deal. Yeah.
I understand, you know, like trying to make it like, okay, bye. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, no, I'll go. And then he's like, I don't know. Like, as I said earlier, he paid for the food, didn't tip. I paid for the drinks, did tip. I honestly spent more on the drinks than he spent on the food. Mm-hmm. Because I tipped, but whatever. Boop. But like I had my card out. I'm all ready to pay for this coffee. And then he's like, no, I got it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you. And then he's like, oh my God, what did you get? It was $6. Oh my God, this coffee was $6. Da, da, da. Like, I was like, what?
Have you like never been to Starbucks?
And it's so funny because I got like the smallest size, only one extra shot.
Wow.
I got the smallest one because I could tell he was like trying to pay for it. And I just literally like, if I'm not feeling you, I don't feel comfortable having you pay for shit for me because
people feel entitled.
Exactly. And I don't want you to feel entitled to anything, baby. I'll give it right back to you in cash right now. Do you want me to cash up you Venmo, PayPal, Zelle? What do you want? Like, take it. I don't need your fucking shit. Mm-hmm. No. And then he's, just $6. It was $6.26.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, what is that?
That was a lot for him.
Yeah. But I don't know. And I'm not trying to like knock where someone is financially, but just like no one told you to pay for it. But so yeah, that was the date that I went on. And it did make me realize that shit was whack. I don't think Hinge is really my thing.
I don't think it's anyone's thing. It's kind of a catch-22 because it's
But
like
you said your friend met her husband on Tinder, though, no?
yeah.
That's like a 1 in a million.
I was gonna say I think that's a more like one-off. Like that's an outlier.
A complete outlier because like no. I feel like you're more likely to get like something terrible happen to you from a Tinder date than to marry your Tinder date.
Yeah, but
I know that's
I will say they met on Tinder like back when when Tinder it was like only Tinder and that was like the new wave.
Oh, okay,
It was before it got raunchy.
Because Tinder now, I think it's the one that
Tinder
it's like,
now is raunchy.
Yeah,
I will not get on Tinder.
The thing is that's why I had the Hinge is because you know the whole like it's the dating app designed to be deleted.
Yeah,
so you know you're supposed to be
more intentional.
Exactly, and not that I'm like specifically looking for a boyfriend or looking for really anything in particular. What I'm not looking for is some random ass hookup from someone I don't care about and I'm never going to talk to again and don't know their name. Like, I want to I will spend time with someone that would be like worth spending time with. Like, I'm not just going to hook up with the randoms. Like, don't hit me up at 2 a.m.
Exactly. No, I think that's why when we decided to online date, we did choose Hinge because we felt like it was more intentional. It was because I'm not just out here to date either.
Though,
like I do want to see what people are about. Like I am trying to put myself out there.
Like let's make a personal connection. Like you know, we could be homies. We could be, you know, just like casually dating. Like fuck, what if we really like each other? I don't know.
Exactly.
But I'm not here to like the premise of Tinder, like now at this point and what it kind of means in society is, it's raunchy.
It's a little raunchy.
But even on Hinge, you know, and that kind of really is a good segue into our next topic here.
Yes.
Is that people on Hinge have been getting very cringy, which is why we have created a new segment, which we have.
Wish we had sound effects. We could burr, 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 burr. We made the same type of noise.
Okay, say it. You go. Wait, I wanted you to say the thing, and I was going to do the pew pew.
Oh, okay. Ready?
Cringe. Everyone hated that. They were like, "Can y'all quit?"
They're cringing at our cringe hinge right now.
Probably. Sorry, kids.
But we did our homework for cringe hinge. We actually took screenshots.
So let's just start at the top. I think these are like kind of mixed in, but we can tell. Yeah. You know when someone's like clearly not
it
in the same 3 number range.
Exactly. They're not in the bracket. You know, they're not in the bracket. Very much guy, not in the bracket. And he commented just so ever delicately, "Now that's an ass."
Heart eyes.
Heart eye emoji. "Now that's an ass."
That is an ass.
It is an ass.
And that is a nice ass as well.
Decadent.
If you want to get descriptive whatsoever.
Beautiful.
Decadent. Voluptuous. Scrumptious. It could go, the list goes on.
The list goes on.
But that's like...
that's something like you tell like your cute girlfriend, like when she sends you a selfie, not somebody you're genuinely trying to get to know.
Or like just met in general. That's just... Because the thing is like, you kind of need to treat this like as if you're seeing this person on the street. Like if you accidentally ran into this person,
would you say that to me
in the Starbucks line? Would the first thing you say to me be, "Now that's an ass"?
Exactly. It's a bit aggressive.
Because that's inappropriate and that's borderline harassment. And I don't see why just because it's on a...
People think, well, that's how, you know, going into like bullying or sexual harassment, people think it's like on the internet, it's not as intense. No, it is.
No, it's real. And that's like really awkward.
The next one is, so like on Hinge, you can have like little prompts, which I like too, because it's more, you know, more personal than...
I always respond to the prompts instead of the pictures.
Yeah, me too. I feel like I have to get to know you through your person, because that's more of a personality thing, you know?
Yeah, literally.
And so one of the prompts was, I believe it said something I won't shut up about. And obviously I said, the podcast I'm launching. Like, I've been so stoked about this because we've been working on this for months.
And this is like almost all we talk about at this point.
Yeah, you know, it's like my whole second job. So
exactly.
This guy... Again, trying to pick up a girl, he commented back and said, "Everyone and their mother has a podcast."
Thank you for your input, sir.
Like, what was he thinking was going to happen from that?
Like,
I thought that was just
that's just not helpful. Like, and if you were trying to say it nice, you could have said, "Wow, that's awesome. I've podcasts are getting super popular nowadays."
Exactly. Yeah.
Or there's a lot of room for growth in that industry.
Yeah, it's a growing industry.
But just everyone and their mother has a podcast.
I felt like it was very belittling. Like,
yeah, it came across
very
not
belittling.
cute. So that's nice.
I
Nice
love
for him.
she commented underneath that and said, "Oh, because we have like a shared
yeah, it's
note."
a shared. It's actually from the first one with the now that's an ass.
Yeah.
Someone had commented on mine. They liked me, or whatever. And on my photo of us at the beach in San Diego, they said, "You have nice feet." But I think I just exited away. It was before we decided to do this portion of it, but it was funny though. You have more.
Yeah, there's more. I think this is
There's so many.
So this is funny because I actually matched with this guy a year ago and we actually went out on my actual birthday. Like,
oh, really?
Because I was going to take myself out to eat and he was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Del Frisco's?" Del Frisco's happens to be one of my favorite restaurants. I was like,
you do love Del Frisco's.
I do love me some Del Frisco's.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes, let's go. So we went and we had a super good date. It was cute. We were sitting on the pad. The weather was beautiful. It was a full moon. So the moon was out shining, doing her thing.
Beautiful.
And we ordered a bottle of wine. My meal was cooked perfectly. It was a nice night. Anyways,
sounds like a great time.
Yeah, anyways, as the date went on, it kind of got a little like I just kind of noticed like he had money, but he also didn't have money. Like, I think he was just showing out.
Like he was like a $30,000 a year millionaire type situation. Mm-hmm. I hate that.
And once I discovered it, I kind of like, not that, and it wasn't the money thing. It was just like, again, you don't even know who you are and you're not comfortable with who you are. Like, I don't like this.
Yeah, so you feel like you have to show out.
Yeah, I don't like this.
It's like too much.
I kind of dipped out. And so he matched with me again. And he said, "I upgraded since the last time you seen me." And
sweat laughing thing.
So he actively knew that you're putting on a front the whole time. Like, there was no need for that.
Right.
So but for him to comment back and be like, "I've upgraded," like,
I don't know. I feel like if you like up and kind of leave or like kind of never see each other again after the first date.
Yeah.
I would kind of just take that as a no. And I probably wouldn't reach back out, even if it was like a year later.
A little cringy.
Okay. So this one was mine. And most people I don't know. A lot of people will just like photos, and I don't think that's very genuine. But some of these are just from their actual profiles. This guy, it says, "Unusual skills. I know the difference between there, and there." And I'm like, okay, good. Basic like
grammar.
Like, how is that? Like, I don't know.
He said unusual skills.
Unusual skills. Like, I think that's derogatory. And I low-key think it sets a bad precedent.
Mm-hmm.
And like that I expect so little of a man that if they know how to spell things, that's unusual.
Yeah.
That's like upsetting that he thinks that's the standard. To me, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
This other guy, he looks like off-brand Post Malone a little bit. He says, "God damn, Hannah, you fucking fine. I ain't a trick, but like T.I. said, it ain't tricking if you got it." And I appreciate his reference to classic literature. 5 stars.
You know what?
He's a great value postie.
No,
how can I not love him?
When you added that one, I cracked up because I'm like, that's a oldie but a goodie.
And it made me. I immediately sang the song. "It ain't tricking if you got it. You like a bitch with no ass. You ain't got shit."
Yeah.
Love that. But he did get extra points for being the great value Post Malone. I did like that about him. Okay, this next guy, the prompt says, "Don't hate me if I," and then he says, "ruin your life." And I'm like, that is the most toxic shit. That shit's played out to me.
What is the real winner in this whole
the double slit in the eyebrows?
Double slit, yes, double slit in the eyebrow.
And his beard's like super cut. Y'all, you can already tell, like, sir, you did not need to tell me that you're going to ruin my life. You already have double slits in your eyebrow.
Yes.
Like, I already knew that.
Oh, God.
You didn't have to say it again.
This just looks like 2008.
He looks like a douche toolbox. Like, no.
Majorly.
Okay, this one just hit me weird. I didn't like it.
I don't like when people have pictures of children on dating
First of all,
apps.
yeah, this is directly below a picture of him with like a little girl.
Yes.
And then it says, "I'm weirdly attracted to girls with good knees. LMAO." And then like, is that a Megan Thee Stallion reference? Are you saying like you get on your knees to give head? Like, are you saying like if you're ashy and like if you have crusty knees, like you need some lotion? Like if you got hydrated skin, what are you talking about, sir?
Yeah.
I'm upset and it doesn't hit me right. And I didn't like it. This is just fucking mega douche toolbox shit.
Yeah, he says, okay, another prompt. So this is another don't hate me if I prompt. He says, don't hate me if I am always rubbing the booty.
With the shrug.
With the Kanye shrug emoji.
Ugh. Okay, like that just also is another thing. Like we were just saying.
He's kind of fine, I'm not going to lie.
No,
but that's not
his
the point.
name makes me upset. I don't know why. But it just is another thing, like we were saying, go to Tinder for the booty rubbing. Put that in your Tinder profile. I don't want to hear about that on Hinge.
Yeah.
Okay, this one was disrespectful as fuck. It's another prompt. It says, an overshare. Excuse me. Your girlfriend's just a phone number. I don't remember her name. Like all your homegirls, I don't know their name. They have a number. They texted me before.
Wow.
But I don't care about you. I have to do you the respect to like even remember your homegirl's name. Not what they do, not what their birthday, their fucking name. All right, go away.
And I love the picture that you put of yourself underneath that. I just...
It's the same vibe. I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? We'll put an overlay if you're on YouTube.
So this is another, just again, I just
a lot
feel
of
like
these are prompts.
If you're on a dating app, like
you put your best foot forward.
You put your best foot forward. This one's, the prompt is, I'm the type of texter who, and then he said, will see the text come in on the banner while I'm doing something, forget for an hour, and then be like, it's too late to text back. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
So you're off the rip telling me that you're a terrible communicator, which is one of the fundamental keys to a positive relationship.
And that you don't even care enough about someone to even be like, my bad, just saw this, and then say anything back. Like you're literally just going to be like, meh.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. All right, dude. This guy, this is the last one. This one made me laugh, though. It says, the prompt is what I order for the table. I have two problems with this answer, actually. What I order for the table, Wells tequila shots. First of all,
my esophagus instantly collapses. Yes.
I am salivating like I'm about to throw up. Well tequila. No. Like, I don't need alcohol that bad. No, thank you. And then the other thing is, it's well tequila.
He did say Wells. He said Wells.
Yeah, Wells. Like it's a brand. Like Well is the last name of like it's Thomas Well and it's his brand of tequila.
Thomas Wells.
Bitch. You're telling me that you're immediately going to order something that's Jose Cuervo Silver or below.
Ooh.
Ugh. I am queasy.
Again, you're not putting your best foot forward.
Not a brag. I saw this one today. I didn't save it. But the guy was like, I go crazy for on the prompt queso. And then he put what I will order for the table, queso. And it was like, I won't shut up about queso.
That's kind of cute though.
I didn't like it.
No, but he has a
funny personality though. At least there's
he went for it. Yeah.
And I know that if I ever wanted to get him something, could get him queso. But that is all we have for our cringe hinge this time.
Yes.
Some of these were pretty astonishingly disrespectful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Some of them were just
They were
cringy.
cringy. We do want you guys, if you guys have any funny, any cringy, anything, send us.
We want to hear.
Send us your screenshots.
Yes, we want to see all of the funny interactions you guys are having. If they're talking about your feet, we want to know. we want to know about all that. And then in addition to that, if you have any other dating stories as well that you want to share with us, please go ahead and DM them on Instagram to us. Yeah, I want to cry for you and I want to cry laughing and I want Yes, I want all of that.
And and if you do decide to share, we'll keep your stories completely anonymous if you want us to.
Yeah, just let us know.
We definitely want to respect privacy, but we do want to be a platform where we can actively talk about dating. So that's what Sex in the Suburbs is going to be. So it's going to be all of us and all of our collective experiences just shifting through the world and trying to find a mate and how that
navigating
goes.
this crazy little thing called love.
Oh,
I think that's a song,
singing the
right?
song. Yeah. So cute. So I guess we can wrap it up.
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you so much if you're here with us till the end. And because we know you can't get enough of us, of course, we are a delectable treat. You can always find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Broken Bad Bitches. And that is going to be with an X instead of the C in bitches.
And on Twitter, we're going to get on there, and that is at Bitches Bad. Same thing, the X instead of the C.
Yes.
So we just want to send you guys lots of love and lots of light tonight.
Yes. And we want to remind you that no matter where you are in your dating journey, in your love story, that is life. Just know that you have everything you need already inside of you right now. And you just need to tap in and love yourself and trust that you're going to make the right decisions for yourself and trust your intuition.
Yes.
And chase better feeling thoughts.
I love it. I do want to share a quick post that we saw on the way here. I thought it was so fitting because
beautiful.
We have entered Taurus now. So the sun is now in Taurus, which I'm a Taurus, so gang. But it's fixed earth. It's all about Mother Earth and nurturing ourselves. And I think it's such a good time for it. And so this says you are worthy. You are valuable just the way you are, as you are. You matter. And so just a reminder to tap into your own inner worth. So it's a great time for anyone that is dating or trying to just, finding their journey. Let any doubts and worries you have go. You are so valuable to this earth, just the way that you are. So no matter what, you're supported, you are loved, and you matter.
And that is bad bitch energy right there. Is really accepting the fact that you are this beautiful, vivacious creature and that you can be a light in the world for yourself and for others around you. And on that note, guys, I think we're going to have to go ahead and go, but we will see you next Thursday at 7, every Thursday at 7.
Central Standard Time.
Audit.
Dallas time.
Yeah, Triple D time, bitch.
You can catch us anywhere that you listen to your podcast, on Spotify and Google Podcasts.
Soon to be Apple as well.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.